So here we are at the start of race 2 for the Sim Racing Online Historic Formula 3 Championship from Classic Spielberg. So race 1, of course, was led the majority of the way by the extremely quick Michal Mazurek until he had a disconnection while leading the race about halfway through, leaving Joshua Penny to go on and win that race by a big margin. However, Mazurek will be back. He's got pole for this race as well, and well, he will certainly be back with a vengeance. He will be absolutely gunning for it. I'm absolutely sure. So here's the grid order for the race. It's going to be Mazurek on pole position, followed by our race 1 winner Joshua Penny, then Roel Postma, Ken Jagger, Gerard Hoffman, Barrett Eriksson, Klaus Germanis, Flavio Bosga, Nick Lawrence, Zsolt Samai, David Buban, Patrick Trefny, Michael Schmiedel, Pierre Deslanders, and Alexander Meshkov. So those are the 15 drivers at the start of this grid. Let's watch the lights from on board Michal Mazurek as we wait for this race to get underway. There are going to be 2 lights that light up in the centre of that gantry. Here they go. When they go out, we will be underway and go! And away we go, and it's a slow start for Mazurek. Through goes Penny. Penny leads the race. Mazurek is still dropping. Postma is going to his inside. Roel Postma takes 2nd place, and Mazurek might actually lose 3rd here as well, because we've got Ken Jagger on the inside going for 3rd position. Penny leads it down into turn 1, followed by Postma and Jagger. So Mazurek from pole down into 4th position here. He's got a lot of work to make up. In fact, he's gone sideways. Oh, slight wheel-to-wheel contact with Gerard Hoffman there. That was very, very close. And now they're 3 wide. I believe that's Eriksson on the inside there. It is indeed Barrett Eriksson, and Barrett Eriksson is going up into 4th position. Mazurek is losing yet more positions, and look at Jagger having a look at Postma there for 2nd position. Postma's holding it, but he's gone wide, and through goes Jagger into 2nd position. Mazurek is back up into 4th in the meanwhile. So at the end of the first couple of corners, the first sector, it's Penny leading, followed by Jagger, Postma, Mazurek and Eriksson. They're the top 5, and the rest of the field stream through. It looks like it's been a fairly routine start. No accidents. That's good to see. Now, down towards turn 2 they go, with Jagger and Postma still very close. Postma goes to Jagger's outside, but doesn't quite manage to make a way through here. But Jagger now goes wide, and Postma is up the inside. That's almost a replay of how Jagger got past Postma, but the other way round. But they're still side by side on the exit of turn 2 here, as we head towards the left-hander at turn 3. And it's Jagger and Postma. Whoa, contact, and around they go. Postma and Jagger spin. They both come across the road, and there's a crash as Bosga gets involved, and Hoffman hits him as well. So there's an accident. Who else is that involved on the exit? That's Eriksson. So Eriksson involved. Nick Lawrence is on the grass on the inside, and off as well. Oh, Postma's got damage. Postma's got big damage. He's going up the bank and into the barrier. And Flavio Bosga's had a bad start. So has Klaus Germanis. So, well, that means Mazurek is now up into 2nd place. And if his qualifying pace is anything to go by, he will now be chasing down Joshua Penny for the lead of this race. He needs to get a good slipstream down this long start-finish straight. It is a very long start-finish straight. And at the end of the first lap, it's Penny leading from Mazurek. Here comes Buban in 3rd place. Buban has gained a lot of place on the first lap. And then it's Samai, Hoffman, Meshkov, Trefny. I tell you what, Meshkov there, 6th place from 15th on the grid. And it's Trefny, Schmiedel, Lawrence, Jagger, Deslanders, Eriksson, and Bosga and Germanis are side by side here, heading down towards turn 1. Bosga and Germanis side by side. Bosga on the inside, Germanis on the outside. They're dragging each other down to turn 1 here. Both about the same pace. It was about who braked later, and in that case, it was Germanis who goes up into 13th as Bosga's losing it. Bosga spins, and he's not going to hold that. Bounces over the curb. Around he goes. 15th is Roel Postma, but he looks like he's pitting. That rear suspension is not happy. So Penny leading now from Mazurek. It's all about how quickly Mazurek can hunt down Penny. He'll be, well, he has him within his sights. 3rd place is a long way back after all of the carnage of the opening lap. So now it's basically just between Penny and Mazurek for the lead of this race. And the gap, well, visually looks about 1.5 seconds at the minute as we head round the turn. I called it turn 2 earlier in the race, but it isn't. Round, well, heading towards Rauch now. Penny leading from Mazurek. Mazurek, you'll notice, always drives a bit more sideways than Penny. Penny likes to sort of drive with the rear on the entrance and then straighten up in the mid-corner and get a good exit. Mazurek likes to go sideways through the corner, trying to carry as much speed as he can. And as you can see, he takes a wider line there through that corner. Ooh, slight touch of the grass there from Mazurek as he chases Penny. But in terms of the driving styles, it's actually Mazurek who's qualified pole for both races. He qualified pole by about a second in race 1. And then by, well, it was less. It was about 0.2 of a second in race 2. But still, a convincing margin. And Mazurek, obviously the quickest driver, he is hunting Penny. You can see the gap visually coming down, as I'm afraid we appear to have lost. Well, Posma's in the pits and Schmiedel appears to have retired from the race now. Going through the rest of the field. Whoa, that's a big slide from Buben. Oh, so Buben's dropped down from 3rd to about 8th position, and that means that 3rd place is now Somayi, who locks up though. Hoffman is chasing him. But back to the front of the order. This is the battle I want to focus on because Mazurek and Penny are setting up now for what could be a real ding-dong battle here. We're on lap 3 of the race at the minute, and Mazurek is still looking close. This is a 25-minute race, so when 25 minutes is up, that will be the final lap of the race. And I tell you what, Penny's got a tough task if he wants to hold off Mazurek for this entire time. So, Mazurek slipstreaming Penny down the straight. The gap looks to be about 1 second now, maybe just under that. So they're still very, very close. Of course, Mazurek was leading race 1 by a very, very big margin until he had a disconnection, actually, when leading by 6 seconds. And Penny went on to win the race. So it's a rematch now between Penny and Mazurek will be hungry for this result. He didn't get in race 1. He's looking for it in race 2. And to be honest, he will be absolutely the favourite for this race. That is, if he can get past Penny. Again, you can see the slightly wider line he takes, but he does tend to carry a lot of speed through the corners. Now this corner's an interesting one because it's over the crest of a hill. Very, very fun to get right, completely flat out. And you actually switch up to 4th gear midway through the corner. So the car wants to understeer, and it's very, very difficult to keep it from going onto the grass on the exit. Slight slide there from Mazurek. That's going to cost him a little bit of momentum. And it means that he's going to not quite be as close as he would like to Penny on the exit of that corner. Now down the start-finish straight, you actually see Penny going slightly defensive there, pulling out of the toe to try to stop Mazurek from drafting any closer. Now through the first chicane again, and Mazurek right on the rear of Penny's car now. The gap. Probably less than half a second. And Mazurek, actually having a look now, he's taking a very different line towards the 4th proper corner. But I think that was just showing himself to Penny's mirrors. Now he will be in the slipstream, and this is Mazurek's opportunity here to get past Penny. He's going to slipstream him all the way down the straight. Here he goes to the inside, and well, they're side by side heading down the straight, and Mazurek's got it even before the corner. So an easy move there for Mazurek in the slipstream. Mazurek leads the race. Now, can Penny get him back, or will Mazurek slipstream away or fly away into the lead of the race and off into the distance? I expect that's highly likely, seeing as Mazurek is so fast, and seeing as he caught Penny that quickly. Remember, he was in 5th place at one point on the first lap there. And now he's back up into the lead of the race. Slightly wide line there through Reich. And an even wider line through the corner afterwards. I tell you what, Penny might have an opportunity to get right back at him here. They're side by side as we crest the hill. Penny's going to get a much better exit here to the crest. And indeed he does. You see Mazurek having to go to the inside to stop Penny from getting the slipstream. They're side by side again, heading towards the final corner. Now the last thing they want to do is lock wheels in cars where the wheels stick out like that. And look at that, Penny's got the lead. Penny's managed to shut the door. He's got the lead of the race back again. So Penny retakes the lead of the race here. And, well, Now his job is to get back away from Mazurek. He goes defensive down the start-finish straight, and who can blame him as Mazurek pulls out of the slipstream again, goes to the outside line, and that actually might be the better line around this this chicane, seeing as you get the clearer view of the braking point. And indeed, Mazurek sweeps around the outside of Penny, who locks up a wheel, and Mazurek leads the race again. So the pair have swapped again, but Penny still in Mazurek's slipstream. The great thing about these cars is that even with a lack of aerodynamic grip, they're still fantastic slipstreamers because of their shape, because there's so many bits sticking out the wheels to driver's head, and because it's a bullet shape, they can really slipstream. And Penny again looking to the inside, has a slight lock up at the wheel, and Mazurek again leaves it wide, maybe intimidated slightly by Penny there. And Penny is right back in his slipstream here down the straight. Penny chasing Mazurek down the straight, needs to stick with him. Mazurek moving around to try to break that slipstream. And, well, Penny again right with him as they head down the straight towards turn, what I call turn 5 anyway. I'm not sure what's official. And Penny around the outside, locks up a wheel. Does he keep it? Mazurek still on the inside. He's going to get the better run out of the corner, but they're still side by side. Don't lock wheels now. Don't come across. They don't. And Penny is going to have the inside line for the next corner. I believe he's going to keep the lead here. Penny to the inside. And does he get it? Yes, he does, because Mazurek's going to have to hold on, and that's a hard line to hold. And indeed, Penny still leads this race now. And Mazurek, well, drifts it in to the next corner. But still behind Joshua Penny now. This is a great race, considering I thought Mazurek was just going to completely blast past Penny into the lead of the race and away into the distance. But Mazurek really being kept at bay here. Admittedly through a couple of mistakes of his own, but still, it's now Penny's job to make fewer mistakes. Just keep him behind. You know, just defend. And Penny is defending down the straight, going defensive again. So Penny going defensive to the inside, but Mazurek not close enough to make a move this time. Mazurek braking into the chicane. Penny still ahead. And as they head through the 3-corner chicane, it's a right, a left, and a right. You have to stay off the curbs there. The curbs are very good at spinning cars. And with these cars' tiny wheels, if you catch them at the wrong angle, you will get pitched around. Mazurek again in the slipstream, taking a wide line there. I'm not really sure whether to call that corner. Well, I don't know what the corner numbers are officially. I don't think they really had official numbers when this track was in use. But whatever the case, towards a corner that... Well, actually, I don't know the name of the next corner. I'm going off topic here. Mazurek again in the slipstream of Penny. Again, as we head down the straight. Pokes to the outside now. Mazurek, he's going to be past him before the straight again, is it? Or before the corner again, isn't he? Wow. They got very close there. But Mazurek, yeah, blast past him. But he's going wide. He's going sideways. Penny's still alongside him. Penny's still alongside him, but Mazurek's going to get the better run, and he's going to be on the inside here. Mazurek back into the lead of the race. Now, Penny at this point will be realising, if he hasn't already realised, that he does actually stand a chance in this race, and that Mazurek, although he's been the quicker driver all weekend long, all event long rather, if Penny can just stick with him and keep doing what he's doing now, he might be able to snatch a win out of Mazurek's hands. Of course, as I said, race 1 already cruelly snatched out of Mazurek's hands. He absolutely would have won it, but he didn't because of the disconnection. Penny went on to win that. Mazurek ended up with no points at all, and he's trying to salvage as many as he can from race 2 here. And Penny is, well, going for the double victory. He's never had a podium before in any sort of league racing. This is his first podium. Race 1 was his first podium, and it was a win. And I tell you what, he was ecstatic about that, because you don't get much better than your first podium being a win. Does Penny have a look to the inside? He's not close enough, but I tell you what, he's very close to the rear end of Mazurek there, almost touching him through the chicane. Absolutely fantastic to see. As you can see, these two cars running different chassis. Penny in the Spark F3, Mazurek in the Eve F3. The Eve, as you can see, slightly heavier, but I believe it also has slightly more power. The Spark is more nimble, meaning Penny will likely be faster through the corners, but Mazurek will be faster in a straight line. Now you can probably see that here from the way that Mazurek is having to take a very different line from Penny, and how he always seems to go a little bit sideways in the corners. I mentioned that earlier. I don't believe that's really his driving style. I think that's more his car. But Penny now going again alongside him to the right-hand side as we go down the back straight. Has to slot in back behind him again, though. And now as we head towards the corner, does he have a chance? He's on the grass. My goodness, but he still slides his way up the inside. Mazurek slightly sideways again, leaves the door open. Penny alongside him. Mazurek again gets the better run out of the corner, though. And the white Eve F3 car is going to stay ahead here. And Penny again has to settle for the slipstream. And now as we go through the left-hander at Reich, Penny still all over the back of Mazurek. This is the corner here where Andrea de Cesaris so famously went for many, many flips in 1985. That was Reich. And that's one of the reasons that Formula 1 and all sorts of racing stopped racing at this version of the track, because it simply wasn't safe enough. They have massive banks by the side of the tracks, not really many barriers. You can see there you only have Armco, and it's right by the side of an extremely fast corner. Not even any catch fencing. That's how it was back in those days. But anyway, Penny again, slipstream Mazurek. Is he going to have a look yet to the inside? He might go through here. He just needs to leave his braking later. There's a big brake lock-up. Mazurek sees it and gives him room. And stays ahead again. So Penny possibly getting a bit frustrated here. Oh, and there's another thing. If you look to the left-hand side of the track here, the left-hand side from where the drivers are, there's a massive cliff. And indeed, there were a couple of drivers who went over that. Now, Penny, again, side by side with Mazurek to the outside this time. And he's going to drag his way around the outside, down into third gear and through. There he goes. Penny around the outside into the lead of the race. Past Mazurek, but again, we're on a straight now. Mazurek, with the more powerful car, is also now with the slipstream. So Mazurek right back with Penny. And can he have a look? Yeah, he's going alongside him, and he might be straight back through here. Penny's exit to that corner, of course, compromised by the overtake. And Mazurek straight through into the lead. Penny to the inside, locks up. There's contact! Penny sideways. Penny off the road to the inside. And I'm so surprised he didn't spin there. That was very, very close. But he manages to hold it. I want to have a look at that, actually, on board with Penny. Just see what he saw there. So as you can see, he, well, locked up the left front. And this is the point where you think, actually it was the right front. And that was the point where you think there's nothing else I can do about it. And of course, at that point, you just have to get out of the throttle and make sure you don't spin. And luckily, there was no spin. And Penny is still right in the race here with Mazurek. That could have been it all over there for both of them, maybe. Who's in third place? Ken Jagger. Well, Ken Jagger could have benefited from that and won the race, maybe, if it had all gone pear-shaped. Luckily, it didn't. Now, over the crest again towards the final corner. We're about halfway through this race now. Over halfway through, I expect. The race is about 12 laps. We're on lap 8. So we're about two-thirds of the way through this race now. And Mazurek again gets sideways. You saw the tyre smoke there out to the final corner. And now as we go down the start-finish straight again, Penny will be in the slipstream. This is Penny's chance. This is where Mazurek kept slipstreaming Penny earlier on. But Penny now going for it. And again, not close enough. Again, locks up the brakes. Very easy to do so in these cars. They don't run ABS. Mazurek goes slightly wide. Penny's going to get a very good run out of this corner. He's in the slipstream again. And these bullet-shaped battlers head side by side now down towards the very fast corner at Remus. Penny to the inside, Mazurek to the outside. Look at that, Mazurek sweeping through, keeps the lead. Penny side by side with him on the exit. Both of their exits are compromised here, but Penny's even more so than Mazurek's. And Penny again has to tuck back into the slipstream. We're on lap 9 out of 12 here. Now Penny has a look to the outside. There's a slight kink before the corner here. And can he go around the outside of Mazurek? That would be ambitious. He's going very wide. He's got onto the marbles. And he was lucky to keep it on the road there, was Penny. But he's not in any strife at the minute. And still Mazurek holding steady. Now down towards the one, I'd say the most difficult corner on the track because of where the gear placement is. Now Penny side by side with Mazurek as they head up the hill around the outside of the sweeper with the crest. Wow, through he goes. That's not a place you normally see an overtake, but Mazurek made an error and Penny has got the lead of the race back again. What a battle this is, I tell you what. Great to see these two cars going at it for the lead of the race after so long, as we thought Mazurek would blast away into the lead, but he hasn't done so. And again they're side by side heading up towards turn 1 with Mazurek on the outside. Can he outbrake Penny? He has the better line. Yeah, he does with a slight brake lock-up, but Mazurek again back through to the lead. Lap 10. We have 12. Still utterly brilliant. And still not over yet. With the exception of the incident a couple of laps ago, where Penny was almost spun around. There's been no contact between these two. It's been a fantastic, respectful battle. And I'm sure the drivers enjoyed it as much as the commentators did. Spot the irony in that. Now, Penny to the inside again. Well, it'll be the inside for the slight kink, I mean, before the corner. To the left-hand side, I mean. They're still side by side, and it's going to be Penny on the outside who possibly has the better line. No, because Mazurek is able to keep himself completely alongside Penny, but he gets slightly wobbly on the entrance there, in the mid-corner rather, on the apex. And has to drift wide, and Penny gets underneath him and outbrakes him again. There we go. Penny outbrakes him, and Mazurek gets very close to his rear end there through Reich. But Mazurek has to settle the second for now, but he won't be settling there for long, I'm sure. Over the crest of the hill, we're going to have 2 laps remaining after this one. Just 1 corner left in this lap. And then there's going to be 2 laps remaining for Mazurek to do something about Penny. So they're both right on it here. You see the way the cars drift out mid-corner. These are very fun cars to drive. Absolutely fantastic cars. They handle exactly how you want them to. They have all the grip in the world and not really much power, which means they don't spin up the rears. Mazurek, does he force it to the inside? That's extremely forceful there, but he has to back out of it. And wisely so. Of course, second is better than a DNF. So, of course, the last thing that's on your mind, well, one thing that's definitely on your mind, but the last thing you actually should be doing is taking yourself or others out this late in the race, or at all, but this late in the race especially. Oh, what's happened here? Mazurek's missed his braking. He's hit Penny. Mazurek spins. Mazurek spins. Has Penny kept it? Yes, he has. Penny keeps the car. Mazurek has spun. What happened there? Let's go back for a replay. This is on board with Mazurek. I want to watch the telemetry actually in the bottom left. What happens with Mazurek's brakes? Well, he gets on the brake, but he just sort of loops the car around. Hits the back of Penny's car. He just sort of missed his braking point, I think, or something like that. Here's what Penny saw of it. Watch the rear mirrors. Now, this would have been a heart-in-mouth moment for our race leader. Bang! There we go. And a big slide from Penny. He keeps it, and Penny keeps the lead of the race as well. So Penny leads. Mazurek spins. The gap is now 5 seconds. I should update you on the rest of the order now. It's Jagger, followed by Hoffman, Ericsson, Lawrence and Samayi side by side through turn 1. Oh, contact and a spin from Lawrence. Lawrence goes around Samayi into the barrier as well. Not how they'd expect, and through goes Klaus Germanis. Then it's David Bubin, Pierre Deslanders, Patrick Trefny, Alexander Meshkov, Flavio Bosga, Raul Postma, and of course we lost Michael Schmiedel. But Penny just has one lap to go after this one. It's been a fantastic battle with Mazurek, and I'm not sure what happened with Mazurek there. But Mazurek has really thrown away this race, and if Penny can keep it together, then that is the race to him. He won race 1. It was a much easier win than this, as Mazurek had a disconnection. But he's now leading race 2. He's had to fight for this one. And Mazurek will be feeling gutted about that. He had the win in his sights. He just needed to hold past Penny, slipstream past him on a straight, and then hold him off again to win this race. And he wasn't able to do that. He missed his braking point, hit the back of Penny. He's actually going wide again there. And he lost the race. Onto the last lap goes Joshua Penny now. Joshua Penny onto the last lap of the race. We've been racing for 24 minutes. Then it's Mazurek, Jagger, Hoffman, Ericsson. What's happened to Ericsson? Well, that was just a camera view, not updating. Lawrence, Bubin, Samei, Deslanders, Trefny, Germanis, Meshkov, Bazga, Postma, and then, of course, our DNF Schmiedel. Let's watch Joshua Penny on this final lap of the race. Let's go on board with him as he goes around this fantastic Spielberg circuit. He's already been through the first chicane. Now we're heading up to Routh. This is his favourite corner on the circuit. Down into third. Keep it to the inside. There we go. And then accelerate out of the corner to the outside. Over the crest. You see how close he gets to the outside of the track there. Now down the long back straight. Of course, this is where he had to really be looking in his mirrors earlier on, as his rival was slipstreaming him at every possible opportunity. Now through the right-hander at the end of the straight. It's a bit cautious there from Penny, but who can blame him? I think anyone would be going cautiously if they were leading this race at this point, this late in the race. Through Reich, gets it a bit wide there actually. That's not the best of race, but still, of course, he has enough of a gap to get away with it. And again, a bit wide there through the next corner as well, but keeps it in check. Now you see what I'm talking about with the crest in the hill here to the right. Very fun corner, that one. You switch up into fourth gear as you do it. There's only one corner to go now as we head under the Texaco banners. Down into third gear goes Penny. Around the final corner. And now he accelerates. Puts the power down, turns the car in. And down the final straight goes Joshua Penny to win the race. He really had to fight for that one, but he's won it. Joshua Penny wins. Michal Mazurek is going to cross the line in second position. He will be gutted. Third place, and on the grass there is going to be Ken Jagger. But what a battle we just witnessed between Joshua Penny and Michal Mazurek.